early today. I'm tired. I've been here for like 5 hours already. It's a little crazy. So one of my devotions is always the Oswald Chambers book, and it and I get a verse on my phone, and a lot of the verses yesterday morning all talked about the same thing. So I thought I might be able to share that with you. They talked about true surrender and what it really means to surrender, and about the propensity that we have to consistently hang on, grip tightly the very last essence of the things that we control. And I'm guilty of that. I like to be in control of certain things. I like to make certain that I know what's going to happen and try to plan for it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's part of my nature. But at the same time, trying to determine the outcome and even dictate the outcome is a real act of frustration. And so the outcome is surrender. The planning, absolutely. The implementing of the plan, the doing excellent as best you can, being prepared, all of the things that we're supposed to do with our spiritual lives. But the outcome, surrendering the outcome, is the critical step for me right now. And I keep coming back to this phrase that I developed because of a conversation I had with my son, and really my daughter too, which is learning to be obedient without understanding. And that is almost the same as surrendering the outcome. It's very close. Trusting is one of those things. Trusting God is one of those things that it's not true that you trust Him if you know the outcome. If you can see and prove with the numbers, then it's not really trust. And so believing God, trusting God is obedience to what He's calling you to become without really even having a need to understand why that's important. You don't really need to know that. I don't like Job, at least I haven't until now. The reason I don't like Job is because I don't like God's answer to him. At least I haven't until now. Job is doing the very best he can with the life that he's been given. The scriptures tell us that he was an upright man. He's a decent person who loves God and worships God and is obedient to God, doing all the things that God wants him to do. And then sorrow upon sorrow enters into his life. One thing after another, after another, after another. His friends come to him and they're no help. In fact, they're harmful to his thinking. They say that either he's sinned or his children have sinned or his wife sinned, or anyway, there's some kind of cause in his life for the problems that he has, when there's no cause. And then he stands before God and he says, would you please answer me? Why do these suffering sort of things happen to people like me? And God's answer is, who do you think you are? Even asking the question. And for many, many years in my life, that was not a very satisfactory answer. I was very unhappy with God's answer to that. But I have learned that it really is the only answer, because any other answer that would be given would be insufficient. It couldn't satisfy in any way. And the answer that is given, the only reason that it satisfies is because it requires trust. You have to trust, even when you don't understand, and maybe especially when you don't understand. And so that's where I am this morning. I can do better at this. I'm gonna trust God for the outcome and not try to manipulate it. But when it comes upon me, be grateful for it and be thankful and run into tomorrow and trust God that He's already got this. Just as Wesley needs to trust God, he's already got this. We're in good hands, and so we trust Him, even though we don't often understand everything. I never understand everything, but we learn to trust, and we can do better.